USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the men and women in the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Hello, gang. This is Ken Carpenter, tearing the string off another batch of requests to Command Performance, Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. One of the first we're answering tonight comes from Sergeant B.P. Johnson in the Aleutians. Sergeant Johnson says he's hungry for the sights and sounds of a circus. So, in line with the Command Performance policy that to ask is to receive, we bring you now not the Ringling Brothers or Barnum and Bailey Circus, but something bigger, something greater, the Mercury Wonder Show. And cracking the whip over this sterling aggregation of scintillating stars and fantastic freaks is the Mercury impresario himself, Orson Welles.
Hurry. Just in time for the big show. See Drumbeat, the fat lady. We call her Drumbeat because there's one big roll after another. And don't miss Talita, the tallest woman in the world. She's so tall it would take a mosquito 30 days to walk from the tips of her toes to the top of her head. And that does not include detours. So hurry. The curtain's about to go up on the greatest show on earth and the price of admission.
Boss!
What is it, Ken?
There's trouble in the sideshow. They've arrested the sword swallower.
I know it. During the last night's performance, he got the hiccups and stabbed 3 people. But now we're going to attempt to entertain with a few feats of conjuring, sleight of hand, legerdemain, prestidigitation, and hanky-panky. For my first illusion, I shall produce from thin air not a goldfish bowl, not a rabbit, not 85 points, but a beautiful and talented lady. Watch me very closely. Inshallah, mashallah, abacadabra, and presto.
It's a good thing I was finished dressing.
Gentlemen of the Armed Forces, meet Peggy Lee.
You said someday you'd turn the tide, and I'd be laughing on the other side. And you were right, baby, you were so right. You said someday the worm would turn. I had some lessons that I had to learn, and you were right, baby, you were so right. I gave you a story, you gave me the gate. I wish you'd come back, but you say it's too late. I look kind of silly holding this back, but I guess I'll hold it until you come back. You said someday you'd pass me by, that I'd be telling you just one too many lies, and you was right, baby, you were so right.
next platform on the command midway. And what do we find? Only the greatest harmonica virtuoso in the world, Larry Adler. Well, Larry, welcome to Command's Mercury Wonder Show.
Thank you, Lawson.
You know, when you came in tonight, I noticed you were carrying a big harmonica with a bell on it.
That's right. That's a sort of an alarm.
An alarm?
Well, sure, in case I fall in one of the holes.
Oh, yes. I get it. You're a little on the slender side. In fact, you're built a lot like Frank Sinatra.
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, that's one guy I'm very jealous of.
Why?
Well, after all he has to do is breathe. I gotta blow.
Well, what are you going to blow tonight, Larry?
Well, an old Johnny Mercer favorite, Blues in the Night.
And now, if you'll forgive me, it's time to mystify the attentive and confound the skeptical among you with a few tricks of magic. I usually open my act with the Indian rope trick, in which a coiled rope rises slowly from the floor and stands on end. Then I have Gypsy Rose Lee climb up the rope and vanish, followed by a serviceman from the audience who also climbs up the rope. I had to stop doing this trick, however. It took me 30 seconds to get him up there and 2 weeks to get them down. Thank you, sir. Instead, I like to attempt a few feats of mental agility and concentration. Now, may I remind you that I need your full cooperation if my effort to read your thoughts is to be successful. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm getting something. Seems to come from about halfway back in the auditorium. It's from a sailor, an apprentice seaman with the initials SOL. It seems, sailor, that you borrowed a staff car last week without permission, went for a ride with some friends, and neglected to be back in time for tap. In addition, you missed muster for 2 days. Now you're a little worried. I think I can help you. Just go in and see your bosun's mate. Lay your cards on the table. Grin at him. Don't be nervous. After all, he's human. Well, he is. After you've had your chat with the bosun, go back to the barracks and say goodbye to your friends because you won't see them for quite a while. You're going on a nice long trip on the USS Up the Creek. Now I seem to be getting a message from someone in the last row. You're in trouble, aren't you? You can't get any silk stockings. You're running low on lipstick. Your very last girdle just split. Will this person who's in the last row, seat number 2, stand up? Oops, sorry. Sit down, Colonel. But enough of these mental gymnastics. It's time now for some vocal tricks, so come with me to the big top where we find those aerial performers par excellence holding their audience breathless as they swing back and forth between the high notes and the low notes, singing stuff like that there from their Universal picture on stage. Everybody, it's the King Sisters.
I was alone on the shelf in a world by myself. Oh, where could my Prince Charming be? But a man came along, made my life like a song, and taught me these words of ecstasy. I want some hugging and some squeezing and some hugging and some teasing and some stuff like that there. I want some petting and some fooling and some happy honeymooning and some stuff like that there. I used to think that love was just a lot of rubbish. I meant the cabbie, but now my attitude is totally lovey-dovey. And baby, you done it. I want some kissing and some hoping and some missing and some hoping and some stuff like that there. I want some leaping and some chasing and some weeping and some pacing and some stuff like that there. And when I get a certain feeling, I confess it. There's really only one expression to express it. I want some hugging and some squeezing and some hugging and some teasing and some stuff like that there. Wanna be hugged, squeezed, mugged, teased. That stuff. Wanna be petted through honeymoon. That stuff. I used to think romance was fun. A double Mickey just for the icky. But all at once my heart was done. And baby, you done it. I want some died, don't be done. Like that there. I want some died, don't be done. Just like that there. And when I get a certain feeling, I confess it. There's really only one expression to express it. I want some hugging and some squeezing and some hugging and some teasing and some petting and some fooling and some happy honeymooning and some stuff like that there.
From the big top, we move over to the sideshow. There's a big crowd here tonight, and sneaking out of the tent to get a closer look at Lifto the Strong Man, we find your favorite postman, Jerry Dingle, better known as Danny Thomas.
Say, Mr. Lifto, can I feel the muscle on your arm?
Sure, go ahead.
Gee, what a hard muscle. Just like a hard salami. You mind if I give you a little tip about your act?
No, what is it?
You know that part where you put a board on your back and an elephant gets on it, and then a boy gets on the elephant, and two men get on and feed the elephant peanuts, and then you lift the whole thing?
Yeah.
Looks too easy.
What?
Well, after all, Lifter, you're talking to a member of the profession. I carry a mailbag.
Get out of here. Out you go.
How do you like that? Big shot strong man. What is it, so tough to be a strong man? All you have to do is get 2 balloons and paint 500 pounds on them. I could be stronger than that. I could paint 1,000 pounds on them. Weightlifter. I can just see him as a kid lifting things from the 5 and 10. Jingle, you could be a strong man. Don't be silly. What do you mean, don't be silly? That's what I mean, don't be silly. You could be stronger than that. Are you kidding? What do you mean I'm kidding? I'm not kidding, I mean it. I could. Oh, pardon me, madam. Didn't see you. Got everybody looking at you. I don't care. I don't want to be a strong man. Well, what do you want to be? I want to be greater than a strong man. I want to be the whole circus. So who's stopping you? So you are. So I am. What do you mean? Don't be ridiculous. Who's talking to who here? It's a free country. You're a citizen. I can just see you now. Barnum and Dingle.
Hurry, hurry, step this way. Barnum and Dingle are here today. Pay your dough and in you go to see the most exciting show. Hurry, hurry, come along. Pay your dough and you can't go wrong. The first attraction you'll enjoy is Jojo Dingle, the dog-faced boy. Hello, everybody.
No good, don't I?
Kennel number 5. Well, so long, folks. I got to go to the movies.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to see some picture with Lassie in it.
Oh, no, Lassie's coming with me. We're gonna see a tree grows in Brooklyn. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to our next platform. Most exhibitions feature a man being shot out of a cannon. Nothing. We're going to have a thin man shot out of a BB gun. But before that, an even greater trick. No doubt you've seen a man dive 100 feet head first into a 6-foot tank of water. Mere child's play. Our man will dive 250 feet into a shot of bourbon.
Incredible.
Carrying his own chaser with him on the way down. Are you ready?
No.
Why not?
I'm scared.
Do you realize the money I pay you?
You realize the headaches I get?
Well, come on down.
Okay, here I come. Anybody got an aspirin?
Hurry right up to the next platform. Please don't push. Please don't swarm. Ladies and gents, move right up here. Our next attraction will now appear. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our closing attraction, the most daring and dangerous feat ever attempted. My assistant, Bob Jellison, will place his head inside a ferocious lion's mouth. Are you ready, Mr. Jellison?
No.
Why not?
I'm scared.
Do you realize the money I pay you?
Do you realize the headaches I get?
You said that before.
I had a headache before.
Oh, shut up!
All right.
Now go ahead. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, and see the two-headed lion. One head on the outside, one head on the inside. And now to the feature attraction, the Bearded Lady.
Madam, will you please tell us something about yourself? How did you become a bearded lady?
Well, you see, it all started with that 5 o'clock shadow. I am the bearded lady. I entertain the mob. You look at me, and I look at you. But I get paid for the job. They call me Barbasol Sal. To men, I'm a pal, not a gal. Oh, I admit I get presents from them. Most girls get a jewel, but I get a gem. My prince will find me someday, and he will whisker me away.
No man will be stronger, no man will be braver. I'll hug him and kiss him to curry his favor. And then we'll get married and have a little shaver. They call me Barbasol Sal. Someday, I'll meet that man of mine, the man for whom I've prayed. I know he'll be just my type. He'll be a gay young blade. I'll always be romantic. What dreams we two will gather. And I'll never raise my voice at him, even when I'm in a lather. I try so hard to please him and become his most endeared. Each time we meet, I'll get all dolled up. I'll wear an upswept beard. He'll look just like Van Johnson, the kind of man I like. Can't you just picture us together? Van Johnson and Van Dyke. I hope he comes my way soon to put my heart back in tune. Too sensitive me, fate has been a big bully. Most men need a Grable to go for her fully. I hope he likes girls who resemble Monty Woolley. They call me Barbasol Sal once over lightly. Call me Barbasol Sal.
What was I laughing at? And now we shuffle through the sawdust and approach. Hey, there seems to be some excitement in front of this platform here. Listen.
You've been trying to steal a show from me. I have not. You have, too. I haven't. You have. Maybe this will teach you not to steal bows. Take this. Oh, you beast. I'm going home to Mother. I'll go home to my father. Well, go ahead. I will. Goodbye.
Gee, what was that?
That's a half man, half woman. He's always arguing with himself.
We take our leave of one man's family and find ourselves in front of the concert bandstand. Here we meet the singing star who scored such a great hit in the musical Oklahoma, Alfred Drake. Well, what are you all going to sing tonight, Alfred?
Well, if the boys will hold still for it, the Oscar Hammerstein version of the Toreador song.
Isn't that just a little long hair, Alfred? Though I should speak.
On you it looks good. And not exactly, Orson. This is long hair with a GI clip.
From you, it laid an egg.
So I found out. In the musical Carmen Jones, the Toreador song is called Stand Up and Fight, and is sung by Husky Miller, the big prize fighter. The lyrics tell how a fighter feels when he's under the big lights in the ring.
All right, Alfred, there's the bell. Come out singing.
Thanks a lot. I'm sure glad to be where I can see so many friends of mine. How've I been doing? If you really want to know the truth, I'm doing fine. 17 decisions in a row, and only 5 on points. The rest was all KO. Jackson and Johnson, Murphy and Bronson, one by one they come and one by one to dreamland they go. How's it done? You ask me how's it done? I got a trainer man who taught me all I know. Sure feels good to have him in my corner. Hear his voice whispering low. Big boy, remember, you must remember. Stand up and fight until you hear the bell, and pull the toe, trade blow for blow. Keep punching till you make your punches tell. Show that crowd what you know, until you hear that bell, that final bell. Stand up and fight like hell. out in the open air, in a patch of light, the ring looks small and white. Out in the blackness, you can feel 100,000 eyes still in the night. Cigarettes are blinking in the dark and making polka dots around the baseball park. People are quiet, then there's a riot. Someone throws a punch and plants it right smack on the mark. Someone's hurt, you kind of think it's you. You hang across the rope, that's all you want to do. Then you look around and see your trainer's eyes begging you to see it through. They say, remember, big boy, remember. Stand up and fight until you hear the bell. Stand toe to toe, straight blow for blow. Keep punching till you make your punches tell. Show that crowd what you know until you hear that bell, that final bell. Stand up and fight like a hell.
Gentlemen, was an awful lot of great singing. Well, the big arc lights are going out, the roustabouts are knocking down the pegs, and it's time to fold our tents, hit the road to our next stop. My thanks to Peggy Lee, Larry Adler, Alfred Drake, Danny Thomas, the King Sisters, Eddie Marr, Bob Jellison, and Ken Carpenter for this augmented version of the Mercury Wonder Show. This is good night from Command Performance, USA. Until we meet again, I remain, as always, your obedient servant, Orson Welles.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service. USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the men and women in the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Howdy, gang. This is Ken Carpenter, tearing the wrappings off a brand new package of Command Performance, containing, as usual, your request to Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. Leading the talent parade tonight is one of Hollywood's most glamorous stars, MGM's red-headed ball of fire, lovely Lucille Ball.
Thank you, Ken Carpenter, and hello, fellows. Following the custom of Command Performance of answering any and all requests, tonight we'd like to take care of a rather strange one from Sergeant Jim Blaine of APO 129.
What does the good sergeant want, Lucille?
Well, he writes as follows. Every Command Performance, the stars do something that we servicemen have asked for. Well, our request is that for once you allow the performers to do exactly as they please.
Say, that sounds like fun. Does that apply to me, too?
Of course, Ken. In fact, I think we'll start with you. Ken, you must have a suppressed desire of some kind, huh?
Oh. Lucille, I have. But how am I going to get her away from Harry James?
No, I mean as a radio announcer. Isn't there something you've always wanted to say on the air?
Well, Lucille, as a matter of fact, there is.
Well, what is it?
Oh, how I hate you, Harry James!
No, Ken. You must surely get tired of talking about products.
You're right, Lucille. I always have to go before the microphone and say they're great, they're wonderful, they're terrific.
Mm-hmm. And you'd like to do a different type of commercial, huh?
Yeah, one that goes something like this. Listen. Folks, did you eat squishy squashies for breakfast this morning? You don't care what happens to you, do you? Most breakfast cereals are made from the choicest kernels of delicious sun-ripened corn, but not squishy squashies. We tear out the whole corn stalk and throw it in. Dirt and all. We just mix the whole thing together in a big pot. Does your squishy squashies taste different lately? Well, that's because one of our foremen is missing. And all this talk about our product being made in a sunlit factory and being untouched by human hands, you want to know the truth? It's made underneath the La Brea tar pits. And you know why it isn't touched by human hands? It's kicked into the boxes by gophers. And all this advertising bunk about breakfast cereals popping, crackling, bubbling, and snapping, that'll never happen with our product. Watch what happens when I pour some cream over a bowl of squishy squashes. And you wonder why your stomach hurts.
Do you feel better now, Ken?
Oh, much, Lucille. I've been wanting to do that for years. I hope everybody gets a chance like that tonight.
Stick around, they will. Because right now, we're going to make the same offer to one of America's top vocalists. A girl who's every bit as pretty as her voice. Miss Kitty Callan. Welcome to CP, KK. Hello, Lucille. I suppose you know the idea of tonight's command, Kitty. You can do anything you choose.
Well, the thing I like to do the most is to answer those overseas requests for I'm beginning to see the light.
Fine, Kitty. Go right ahead. Wrap it up.
I never cared much for moonlit sky. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now when you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's a whole on fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light.
That was lovely, Kitty. Thank you very much.
Say, Lucille, as long as this is suppressed desire night, how about telling us what your secret yen is?
Well, let me see now.
Come on, Lucille. Tell us the one thing you want more than anything else.
Don't embarrass the girl, Ken. Here I am.
Well, Jack Carson.
Lucille, I understand that tonight you're giving people a chance to do whatever they want on Command Performance.
That's right, Jack.
Anything at all?
That's right.
Turn out the lights.
Jack, what's the reason you're always going around trying to kiss girls?
You gotta have a reason? Honestly, Lucille, I don't deserve the reputation I've got. I don't care about girls at all. They're not important to me. They mean nothing to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, then why do you live where you do?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, that tent outside the girls' entrance at Hollywood High.
Well, it's a lot of fun living in a tent. Every time a girl goes by, I flip the flap at her.
Well, getting back to the letter from the sergeant, Jack, you still haven't told us what your secret desire is. For instance, what would you rather be if you weren't a radio comedian?
Well, I'll tell you. If I wasn't Jack Carson, which is the luckiest thing that ever happened to anybody... Well, I think I'd rather be Lana Turner.
Lana Turner?
Mhm.
Why?
Then I could make love to Jack Carson.
Would you really want to be a girl, Jack?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Well, for years I've been wondering what it feels like to be on the other end of a squeeze. I admit it would be kind of silly, though, me wearing slacks, powdering my nose, putting perfume behind my ears.
Oh, Jack, you do those things now.
Well, I had to do something. Saturday night was the loneliest night in the week.
Jack, I just can't understand your secret desire at all. You're a man's man. You're tall, you're handsome, you're husky, you're...
Intelligent?
Let's go back to husky. There must be some big reason why a man would want to be a girl.
Well, frankly, there is. I mean, look how easy it is. A man has to go out and make a living. He works hard to get a couple of bucks, and he takes a girl to the movies, dinner, dancing. It costs him a fortune. And if I were a girl, what would an evening cost me? A couple of kisses.
A couple of kisses. You've never been out with Bob Hope.
Well, no,
Jack.
I never have. Yet.
Jack, we've got some other people coming up here, and why don't you stick around and see what their suppressed desires are, huh?
Okay, Lucille, I'll be right outside. If you want anything, just whistle.
And now, stepping up to the microphone to satisfy requests from every corner of the globe, come the famous group who sing with Kay Kaiser and the College of Musical Knowledge, the Town Criers.
Away beyond the hills in Idaho, where yawning canyons greet the sun, as it smiles above the trees in Idaho, to say another day's done. love to live in memory, dreaming of long ago, where the sun shines bright and the snow seems white. Right away.
Thank you, Town Criers. Our next guest is a favorite with soldiers everywhere. Author, actor, writer, and a general all-around good fellow, your old friend Robert Benchley.
Oh, how do you do, Lucille?
Hello, Bob. You know, this is anything goes night on command, and as a guest here, you can do whatever you want.
I can?
That's right.
Well, the two of us could, We'd never get away with that. Well, tell you what, we might,
Yes?
no. No, it's funny, I can't think of a thing we could get away with.
Bob, I think you've got the wrong idea about this. What in the world were you thinking of?
Well, you're so lovely and tall and beautiful, and I'm so willing and eager. Well, it'd be such a nice night to play cryptograms.
How do you play cryptograms?
Well, first the both of us would... No, we never get away with that.
Look, Bob, tonight you have an opportunity to do something you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, that's the idea, Bob.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Hello, Bob. You see, this gives you a chance to be something besides what you are.
Oh, what's wrong with being Robert Benchley? Oh. You don't say. Well, okay.
Surely, Bob, you must have some hidden desire.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
What is it?
Well, I've always wanted to be a mother.
A mother?
A mother, but that's impossible.
Well, I don't see why. A lot of my best friends are mothers.
But, Bob, they're women. You're a man.
Listen, fair is fair. If they can drive buses, I can be a mother.
Isn't this carrying reconversion a little too far?
Go ahead. Have your fun. They laughed at Robert Fulton when he produced a steamboat. But I'd like to see them laugh at Robert Benchley when they wheel me out of the maternity ward.
Bob, how strong are you going in for this mother stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I sort of plan on having about 18 children.
18? Isn't that a lot?
Listen, if I get away with the first one, the other 17 will be a cinch.
Bob, why don't you and I go over to the corner and talk this thing over? My suppressed desire is similar to yours, but younger. You see, I want to be a...
Well, gang, I'd like you to meet one of the finest tenor voices this side of Killarney, Hollywood's own Phil Regan. Hello, Phil.
The top of the evening to you, McCushler.
Phil, every time you step up on the stage, someone asks you to sing an Irish song.
Oh, that's right, Lucille.
Well, tonight you can sing whatever you want to.
Oh, gee, that's swell. This is the happiest moment of my life.
What are you going to sing?
An Irish song.
Okay, Phil, sing away and let the shamrocks fall where they may.
Over in Killarney many years ago, me mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low. 'Twas just a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way. And I'd give the world if she could sing that song to me this day. Lord, now don't you cry.
Shouldn't be gutted. That was wonderful. Say, Lucille.
Yes, Jack.
Say, I just happen to think, everybody here has told us their secret ambition except you. Now, come on now, Lucille, confess.
Oh, Jack, you just say it was silly.
No, I wouldn't. Now, what is it?
Well, if I wasn't me, I'd like to be a fellow like Humphrey Bogart.
Bogart?
He's my idea of a real tough guy. Why, if I were Bogart, I could carry a gun on my hip.
I like what you're carrying on your hip right now.
I'm serious, Jack. I've wanted to be like Bogart ever since I saw him in To Have and Have Not.
To have and have not?
Yes.
Believe me, Lucille, what you have, he has not and couldn't get with 12 ration points.
Well, Jack, if you're going to be Lana Turner, I can be Humphrey Bogart.
You can, huh?
Yes. I could cut off my hair, I could put on long pants and a man's shirt, and nobody'd know the difference.
You'd never fool Lauren Bacall. Or me, for that matter. You could whistle your head off and you'd never get anything. Well, Lucille, we could talk about this thing all night and it wouldn't prove anything.
I thought of that, Jack, and we're all going to get a chance to realize our secret ambition in a little play I've written.
A play?
Yes. I play the part of Humphrey Bogart. You play the part of Lana Turner, and Bob Benchley is going to be your mother.
Benchley is my mother?
Yes.
That's what I get for not reading Winchell's column.
What about me, Lucille?
Well, Ken, you can come in with a commercial anytime you want.
Oh, joy! Oh, bliss! Oh, squishy squashes!
What is the name of this opus, Lucille?
Well, it's called Aunt Becky Got Her Bustle Caught in the Ringer, or That's What Made Her Hangover Square.
Oh, that's well. Let's have a little background music.
As the scene opens, Lana, played by Jack Carson, is sitting in the living room with her mother, played by Bob Benchley. Curtain?
Oh, Mother dear,
What is it, Lana?
I'm so excited tonight. I've got a date with Humphrey. How do I look in my sweater?
Oh, well, a girl can't have everything.
Just think, I'm 18 years old and I've never been kissed.
You've never been kissed?
No.
Well, come over here and I'll kiss you.
Oh. Well. Mother, stop treating me like a baby. I'm a grown girl now.
You're right, Lana. There are some things I think you should know about.
Oh. Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother, your beard is a little heavy. Mother, there's something I want to ask you, too. Are the shades pulled down?
Yes.
Is the door locked?
Yes.
I hope nobody can hear us.
No, I don't think anybody can hear us. Now, what do you want to know?
Well, why is it you get no bread with one meatball?
Lana, you really must be serious. You're just entering the threshold of life, and it's time you heard the story of the birds and the bees.
Tell it to me, Mother.
Well, you see, child, one bee meets another bee. No, that's wrong. If a boy bee meets a girl bee.
Yes?
I'll never get away with it.
Come on, Mom. A bee has met another bee. Now, what happens?
Well, they get married, and then they settle down and raise a lot of little BBs. Laugh at that.
Mother, do you really believe that story about the bees?
Well, Well, of course.
You never did much buzzing around, did you? Gee, I wish Humphrey would get here. I'm all ready. I'm wearing my new girdle. How does it look?
Well, it looks wonderful, but you're supposed to wear it under your dress, you know.
Oh, Mother, I'm so proud of it. Besides, this way I can hang my pocketbook from the straps.
Daughter, sometimes I think you don't care about your appearance at all.
Why? What's wrong with my figure?
It's squishy squashy 2-to-1.
Now that I'm getting older, maybe I should buy a new girdle.
Yes, get the large economy size. It holds so much more.
Gee, here comes Humphrey up the walk. I just have time to dab a put of perfume. I just have time to put a dab of perfume behind my ear.
Come in, young man.
I'm glad you're ready. I don't like women to keep me waiting.
Be careful how you address my daughter.
Who's this broken down broad?
This is my own dear, sweet little mother.
She needs a shave.
I already said that.
I know.
And I didn't mean to. Humphrey, you're terrible. You haven't said a word about my sweater.
What'd you do? Iron it before you put it on?
The line is, she said... She should have said, what did you do? Iron it after you put it on.
Back in character now. Young man, I want you to take good care of my daughter. She's so young and sweet and helpless.
And I'm naive, too.
Just look at her, those lips, those white shoulders. Did you ever see anything like that before?
Not since the last time I skinned a rabbit.
Humphrey, where are you taking me tonight? Let's do something exciting.
Okay. Let's go up in the dark balcony at the Paramount.
The dark balcony? Will that be exciting?
Course. We'll throw spitballs down the orchestra.
Well, kiddies, have a good time. But, Lana,
Yes, Mother.
remember, you have to be home by 10 o'clock.
Oh, heck.
Wait a minute. Why does she have to be in by 10 o'clock?
Because I'll be waiting up for her.
Is that the only reason she's got to be home early, because you're waiting up for her?
Yes?
Come on, baby. Now we can stay out till midnight. Well, that's it, men. Another command from overseas answered, and we can only hope you liked how it came out. Speaking for all of us back here, this is Lucille Ball saying so long.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.